YouTube, and welcome back to another night of Hot Topics and Social Commentary with JoJo Speaks. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, Mike will not be joining us this evening. He had a prior engagement, so please do not come down on him whatsoever. We all love him, okay? A couple things I want you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to press that subscribe button. Press that big red subscribe button, that is. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing, so go ahead and mash it. We'd like to see some thumbs up for this video. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the topics we're discussing tonight. Make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. I'm loving Jennifer's interpretive dance while I'm doing my announcements. It is amazing. How are you doing today, Jennifer?
I'm doing well. So I had a doctor's appointment, and then afterwards, myself and my lovely husband that joined me for that doctor's appointment, we went to go see the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
And how was it?
Everything.
Do I need to watch the first two Deadpools before I watch this one?
You might want to,
I think I will.
because it will. I do suggest it because it will
Mhm.
give you a feel of what's to come.
Gotcha.
Especially number 2.
Okay.
Number
Okay.
1, of course, to show how we got here. Number
Mhm.
2 is, you'll see basically the characters that you see in 2, you will be seeing in 3.
Gotcha. Okay. All righty. As you all know, I love
Oh,
to
wait,
go ahead.
a lot of surprises.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. I'm going to watch the first two Deadpools.
Uh, Jonathan,
Yeah. Okay.
they let Ryan Reynolds do it for the people.
I heard that. I heard that.
For the people. So I do at least watch 2. Please watch this movie as soon as you can so you won't see any spoilers. And then give me a cellular phone call.
I shall. I shall. I always start off with my condolences. So we must give our condolences to U.S. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
yes.
she passed away at the age of 74. There have been so many times that I've seen videos of her speaking in Congress and things of that nature.
The unforgettable hair and stuff. Yeah.
Always the same hairstyle. Always the same hairstyle, but it worked perfectly for
It
her.
worked.
It worked perfectly for her. So our condolences to that representative. Also, good news. Brittany Griner has announced that her and her wife's baby boy has been born. He is here,
Yay!
and she clarified that she is Papa. She is Papa to the little boy. She's not Mama. She is Papa to the little boy.
You better be who you are for your
Okay.
pride. You hear me?
Okay.
Hey. And then I love, I did not know this, but I love that she decided to clarify what's going on up in this house. I don't want you to
Right.
get anything twisted in here.
As for me in my house, I'm the daddy. Okay.
I'm the papa. Okay? Child.
And also another interesting tidbit, the voice actor for SpongeBob SquarePants actually said that SpongeBob is autistic, which does make sense to me.
A whole heap of
It
sense.
actually makes a whole lot of sense to me because SpongeBob is such an individual character and there's no other character like SpongeBob, but also that SpongeBob is so optimistic and
Yes.
so happy about everything. He's a different type of autistic, but still autistic in the same vein. And so I thought that was an interesting tidbit. 2 other announcements really quickly, giving our big ups to LeBron James and Coco Gauff. They've been selected to be flag bearers for the opening ceremony of the Olympics in Paris of 2020.
People of the African American persuasion. Ain't that nice?
It seems like it's almost always someone of African American descent.
But can I tell you why? And we just gonna go down this line right now.
Let's do it.
The reason why is because they are the best.
Yes.
And also not only in what they're doing, but also in representation and standing up for American folk. And also it's just another representation of what I've been feeling all of my life. And I don't think I hear enough people saying it. They bred us to be good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Surprise, surprise. I do
Surprise.
surprise, surprise.
Yes. Jennifer, I watched an interview of Diane Carroll interviewing Dionne Warwick for an hour. Oh my gosh, it was so
I'm sure it
awesome.
was hilarious. Was it hilarious?
I wouldn't say that it was hilarious necessarily, although Dion does have her moments. Of course, I mean, what else would you expect? It's an interview from
I see. What's her
2001.
name? What you call that woman? He,
Huzzy,
I see you. I see you, Huzzy.
I got your number,
I
Huzzy.
got your number.
I
And,
got
oh,
your
and
number.
then it also get. You remember as To Be Real when she was like, "They ain't gonna make fun of her."
Yes, they're gonna make fun of her. Okay. You know, Aretha's going to throw shade. It's a bear's necessity. Okay, a bear's necessity. Like if that's not the best read on Got to Be Real, I mean,
I don't know. You know, I don't understand. You know that particular creator, Patty LaHale, and her thought process. But dag nabbit, I feel like she should have just kept it up just for the generations. You know
because
what
it
I'm saying?
seems like she's speaking from the mouths of these particular iconic
And
women
it's done so wonderfully,
and
and
effortlessly
yeah, and
rolls off the tongue.
we all know it's parody,
Right.
but yeah,
That's what makes it even more funnier because you know it's not true, but you know there's a hint of truth
just a
in it
taste.
somewhere. I got to throw one more iconic line out there when Patty was talking to Aretha about the whole White House thing when Aretha kind of dissed her. She said, "What you mean to tell me you don't remember snatching your hand away from me like I was holding a celery stick?"
Oh gosh, or how they portrayed Prince. Prince was just literally not saying anything, just looking.
Right, just the looks. That's all he needs.
That's all
Um,
it's needed. Let me do these comments real quick. Smiling with Aaron D is here in the space.
hey, Aaron.
She says hello to everyone. Hello, how are you? God bless you. Smiling with Aaron D says, please like, subscribe, and share. Dustin's
Hey,
here.
Dustin.
Hello, we love you. Hello,
Hope
hello.
you're feeling better, Dustin. Praying for you, boo.
Absolutely. And Smiling with Aaron D says hello to Dustin. And then Dustin says, remember to join Jonathan and Dustin every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 90-day recap.
Absolutely.
Miss Kim,
Miss Kim, greetings.
greetings unto
Greetings
you
and
and
salutations.
yours. She also says, I can absolutely believe SpongeBob is autistic. It
Yeah,
makes sense. It
it
makes
does.
sense. And Miss Kim also says, I think Ashanti had her baby. Oh, congratulations
Okay.
to the Haynes
Because
family.
that baby bump is big, honey.
Oh yeah, and then she was performing up to the end, honey. Let me
Right.
tell you something. We need to make sure that money is, I'm pretty sure
Okay,
she's
secure.
performing to the end to make sure that her lump for her own maternity leave, because she has to create her own maternity leave.
Right.
Make sure she good, okay?
Absolutely.
And that's all.
Gotcha. So, the biggest political news that's come out this week is that Joe Biden has withdrawn his name from the 2024 presidential race. He's endorsed Kamala Harris um, to be the nominee. Apparently, they're getting the delegates together, and so Kamala is seemingly going to be the Democratic nominee for the 2024 presidential election. Jennifer, what were your thoughts when you heard that Joe Biden was stepping down? How do you feel that Kamala? What do you feel are Kamala's options, or what do you? How do you think she'll do um, in this race? I'm searching for words, Hattie, and I'll
The
get
words.
my
You'll
words
find them
afterwards.
eventually.
Yeah,
So with the whole thing in general at first, before the step down, I was very nervous because like I could hardly watch the debate.
Yeah.
hearing how, so many moments of coherency on both sides. When we found out that he was COVID positive,
Right.
Biden was COVID positive, I was like, what we gonna do? That man, who knows what's gonna happen with him having COVID? Not saying that
Yeah.
he, you know what I'm saying? You know what
I
I'm saying,
do.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Not saying that he would go to glory, but it's not going to be. It wouldn't have been an easy thing. But when he made the decision, I was first of all incredibly nervous as to what is that? What is that? What does that mean? Him
Mhm.
stepping down, and to hear that it's going to be Vice President Harris taking that place for the candidacy. I said, okay, let me wait for a little bit to see what the people are doing. And the people did not disappoint me. It always goes up and down with the people, but the people did not disappoint me. Seeing so many groups of people come together and ride at dawn, raising $80 million within the first couple of days of her being
24
announced.
hours. The
Yeah,
first
within
24
24
hours.
hours, yes.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, see, of course, it's just a wonderful thing for the Divine Nine and all African American fraternity culture, sorority culture. And then, what else did I see? When I saw that money being raised and seeing that the stats for that money, it didn't come from a bunch of big corporations or
Mhm.
anything. No, it came from donations that were less than $100 from the people. The
Yeah.
people. And that screams a little bit louder than seeing what the corporations are doing as far as what kind of money they're putting behind a candidate. And then what else? Seeing thank God for TikTok.
Yeah.
Seeing um the African American women for Kamala come together, raise over $1 million, seeing the African American men come together for Kamala, sorry, to raise 1 million, seeing then, white women for Kamala,
Mhm.
seeing Swifties for Kamala,
Mm.
seeing Hispanics, seeing now recently saw white men for
Mm.
Kamala. And I think tonight is the white men as well. I saw Out for Kamala, which is the LGBTQIA grouping that's going to come together for Kamala. And they weren't just giving money, but they were also just coming together talking about how we're going to get the word out to make sure that we are promoting Kamala, not trying
Yeah.
to stuff her down people's throats,
Right.
but really have those conversations that are required to at least have people to think about things. Because as soon as people relinquish their trapped thoughts or thoughts that they thought they had. That's amazing. Oh, and the last thing that I love, it was black men that were making sure, well, black men and women, but some of the loudest black men, like Roland Martin, thank God he has his own platform and
Yeah.
space that is very still much popular. He didn't have to go to anybody else to have his own. He created his own and he grew it. He and the black men that were around him on his channel is making sure that the record gets cleared up about Kamala Harris and how, you know, the word was that she incarcerated so many African American men
Right.
and stuff. And come to find out that came from a Republican Caucasian woman during what's it called? During a debate.
Oh, okay.
And we just went with it. And people like to lie or distort the truth.
Right.
And a lot of people put out the truth within this whole week already. And we ain't even made it. We ain't made it past a week, right?
No, no, because I think he announced it Monday or Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not Sunday. Anywho, it hasn't even been a week and things are really happening. And I feel that little bit of hope, because not a
Yeah.
lot of people has been feeling that lately. But the mobilization has been absolutely wonderful to witness. And I'm here for the ride. Miss Kim says, I was sad when President Biden decided to not seek re-election. I understand his decision. He's a good man. And that's
Agreed.
another thing a lot of people were saying. He was selfless.
Very much so.
And there's a lot of men and a lot of men that would want to hold on for dear life, literally.
Right.
But something tells me when people were calling him to come down and things just weren't looking as great. And also Trump's been rising above him in some polls
Absolutely.
and stuff. So it's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. And I'm so happy that he made a decision, I'm sure ultimately, but I'm sure there's plenty of great people around him that was advising him. It's like, maybe we could do it this way. And I'm so happy that he did that. And let's be real, the other one would not have done that.
Of course not. Here's my thing, and I don't want to come off as negative or
Mhm,
pessimistic or anything of that nature. And I was afraid that I would come across that way during the Juice Radio and Talk Show's Church News this earlier this evening. However, um, I'm worried. I am still worried. And maybe me getting onto TikTok and seeing what's actually going on with the politics will lift my spirits a little bit. So there could not be any worse timing. The timing of this happening is terrible, at least in my opinion, because we are so close, less than 4 or 5 months from the election. The main Democratic nominee has stepped down, and
mhm,
then his replacement, which will be Kamala Harris. In my opinion, I don't see her as popular as maybe some other candidates might have
mhm,
been. I feel as though she doesn't have the face value of a presidential person, at least in my opinion. That has nothing to do with her race. That has nothing to do with her gender. That's just who Kamala is and how she has been presented to us. Even in 2020, it didn't seem like she was that close to
mhm,
getting the nomination for the Democratic seat, or to be the Democratic nominee back in 2020. So I'm worried, you guys. I'm
mhm,
extremely worried. I don't know how this is going to go. Of course, I'm going to pray for the best as usual. I hope that I said this during our church news. Us as African Americans, we need to understand exactly how important politics is in our lives, and how much we need to take this seriously, because we're setting up things for future generations. And we could literally F this up if we don't make the right choice at the voting booth. It will be amazing to see Kamala as the first, not only first female president, but the first female president of color sitting in the White House. It will be amazing to me. It would be so amazing. And that is exactly what I want to happen, because anybody but Donald Trump being in the White House is something that I would be looking forward to. Um, Also, another tidbit, the Trump campaign has filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission to prevent the Biden campaign from transferring funds to the Harris campaign.
mhm.
Of course, the Trump campaign is trying their darndest to make it as hard as possible for Kamala Harris to be successful
Of course.
um, in her presidential race. Also, another little tidbit to show
Mhm,
how racist Fox News can be. A Fox News correspondent was saying that Kamala Harris was speaking at a Zeta Phi Beta event earlier this week, and
it's
so
their national bowl.
their national bowl. Okay,
Mhm,
and so this particular commentator said that Kamala Harris, she could have been doing this, she could have been doing that, but she found herself at a colored sorority convention. Like, he literally said a colored sorority convention, or whatever his words. He used the word colored, and the word colored was actually started trending thereafter. And so, as I said during church news, vote with common sense. You don't necessarily have to vote with your heart, because sometimes your heart can get away with making a clear and concise decision. So vote with common sense is my suggestion to everyone. Jennifer, do we have any comments here before we move on to the next topic?
Well, I have both comments, but I'll give the comments that Ms. Kim said. She says, I'm excited about VP Kamala. I believe she can win. And she also says the people are speaking in grassroots organizing and social media mobilization. We are sick of Trump. And she also says, preach, Jonathan. And I absolutely understand where you stand
Right.
because that's where I was before I got on TikTok for the last 2 days.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah, but what bothers me is how there are some really thirsty African American men and women that are using this moment to rage bait as well. When I
Mm,
say rage bait, basically speak negatively on Kamala saying, "Oh, ain't nobody gonna do this." But let me tell you something, ain't nobody gonna vote for her and stuff like that. You know, she's
yeah.
black and she's a woman. But here's the thing. I love how TikTok has the people of TikTok has outwardly spoken out against these people.
Right.
Talking stupid. We see what you're doing. And it has been so bad that people have taken down videos like that.
Wow.
So they thought it was safe. They thought it was safe to do that, but people are speaking up, and just like Miss Kim said, people are sick of Trump. They're tired of seeing the foolishness.
Agreed.
And also, if we have an opportunity, a chance, why are we doing our best to just think of ourselves like some people would and try to make money off at the moment?
Right.
So yeah, it's been crazy. But like I said, maybe I should send you some stuff, maybe,
Yeah.
just so you can see how the mobilization is happening. And the this is the most Caucasian people I've ever seen on my algorithm.
Wow.
That's going to tell you something.
Yeah.
Um, because there's a lot of people that were in betweeny and stuff like that, not
Hmm.
knowing what they wanted to do or just not confident in, having to vote for Biden. But
Right.
now things are getting more self-assured, and we're seeing more things like Kamala going to um, the basketball, um, the
W
basketball, no, the basketball.
WNBA.
No, the men's basketball practice for the USA team, men's
Oh,
USA
okay.
team, doing stuff like that, stuff that we were used to seeing beforehand. And Trump wouldn't be able to step a foot up in that place. And
No.
seeing like her going from place to place. And with that thing that you talked about with Fox saying that
Hmm.
she went to a colored thing, um, they're now saying that it was misconstrued or tied together in a way to sound like that. I don't know what they thought that we were hearing or what we were supposed to be hearing, or we've been duped somehow. That's what they're trying to make it seem as if it was that kind of a problem.
Because he literally said what he said. Literally.
So yeah, that came today as well. Him saying, "Well, that's not what I said." And there's an African American man on that panel. God,
Ugh.
I don't know what's going on with that, but God bless him and God bless all of them.
He must be the highest paid man in that building. Must be. He must be the
Ain't no
highest
way.
child.
Ain't no way.
Anyways, Jennifer, could you get the video ready while I bring up this next topic? I'm not talking about it just yet, but just get it ready for me, please. Because I don't want to, I don't want no lag and no wait, none of that. Anyway, so a very sad incident has happened. Another officer involved shooting has taken place. Miss Sonya Massey her life was taken by Illinois officer, deputy rather, when she apparently called the police. She allowed them into her home. She was doing something in the kitchen. She had a pot of boiling water. They wanted her to acquiesce to their questions and their requests and things of that nature. She seemed to have refused. I didn't hear her saying no, she won't do that, or I didn't hear her actually outright refusing to do anything. It sounds like she was being a little bit playful, but then she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Um, the officer stated that they thought or saw her coming towards them with the boiling water, and she was injured in the face. I heard it was in her eye, actually. And initially, I didn't know whether she had lost her life or not, but apparently she did actually lose her life. It's been a while since we've seen a video like this or heard of something like this happening. And here we are again talking about another unarmed Black person having their life taken by law enforcement. I haven't heard any information about the officer being charged with anything. Even President Biden came out with a statement saying that she should still be alive today. Um, this is a sad that we keep having to have these conversations. I don't know if it's other training that needs to be taking place in these police academies. I don't know what needs to change in order for these things to stop happening. And I've seen so many police videos. First of all, I want to say this. If you're ever approached by a police officer or anyone in authority in that regime of sorts, cooperate. Please make sure you cooperate. Please make sure that if they ask you to do something, just do it. If something awkward or that something that shouldn't be happening is happening, take care of it afterward. But we need to make sure that we are going home. We need to make sure that we are getting back to our homes and to our families and to our children and things of that nature. So just putting that out there. But that does not mean that it's okay for an unarmed or even an armed Black person who is not posing any threat to law enforcement to have their lives taken. Jennifer, what were your thoughts when you heard of this incident taking place?
It's absolutely sad. It's even worse that we're becoming more and more numb to things like this happening.
Exactly.
But as far as training is concerned, I don't believe that is the culprit. I don't believe that's the thing that needs to be happening. They need to look further into people's past. They need to look further into
Mhm.
what people have been doing before they have been hired for your particular force. Um, so yeah, um, it's I think, please don't quote me, but I believe that we have heard some information saying that he was not a good man. Um, he has been arrested. As far as any charges, we haven't seen that yet. I haven't, at least. Um, Miss Kim says it was such a senseless murder.
It was.
And also, the cop had a white nationalist tattoo, and there is no reforming them.
Agreed. Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And there
it
was
was
a
it's
video that
sad.
came out that was taped after the shooting, and he said
Uh-huh.
that she was a crazy B word. So that showed that he had no remorse whatsoever for
But it's
doing
like, even if you kooky, you know what I'm saying?
still
It's
don't deserve to die.
no, you don't deserve to
Not
die. Miss Kim said that he was fired.
today. Okay, so he was fired.
But
I figured that would
here's
at
the
least
problem
happen.
with people with police officers just getting fired because they could just get hired somewhere else.
Exactly. Exactly. There needs to be a ban on those people from being able to work in law enforcement ever again.
Okay,
But those don't happen until they actually get charged with something.
exactly. But they still
So
get hired.
right. So,
Mm.
anyways, in other news, so the Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, it seems like her name
Yeah.
is Cheadle, has
Uh-huh.
reportedly resigned after the Trump assassination attempt. So there is that. She testified in Congress. I didn't necessarily see exactly what happened with that, and it's so interesting to me the way that we, Jennifer, you and I, view the whole shooting. It's so interesting that that ended up having to happen because of what happened.
She got she had to leave for a reason
Right.
because these people helped that man go along with the foolishness that was set up to make him look that way.
Right.
You have people saying, "Hey, look up there. This is concerning." I saw a TikTok video with somebody walking around with a ladder and a rifle, and so not just like as a spoof. Calm down.
Right. Right.
Uh,
Okay.
as a spoof, walking around with a ladder and a rifle, or whatever. Basically, saying like he was old dude, and um there are people around acting as if, they called the police. It's like, "Oh, no, you're good. You're good." Because he's like, "Apparently, we can walk around like this. It's fine.
At
Apparently,
a
it's fine."
Trump rally, we can
And
walk
then
around with firearms and ladders. Okay.
a and then I saw people, like I said, people from the military talking about this. It don't make sense.
Hmm.
And also, another thing I saw was people that have had presidents come to, like, their restaurant and all that stuff, and they talk about how for weeks, with an S,
Yes.
they're being profiled, they're being looked at to make sure that it's a safe situation for the president, and
Does
this
it
is the Secret Service.
does it surprise you that these political networks, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, are not talking about this as more of a scheme or more of a setup? Do you think that that's interesting? So interesting that so many people feel this way, but we're not hearing that particular
And
narrative.
I'll tell you why, Jonathan.
Tell me why.
Because there's a lot of people that just don't want to be on the wrong side of history.
Right.
And then there's not like a true investigation that has come out to confirm these things. So
Right.
they'll just they're playing along
To get along.
to get along. And also, let's think about it. How many times have you heard people talk about it?
Mm.
Or just discuss it in general. And I saw on TikTok, as per usual, there are people saying that, why didn't Kamala address the assassination attempt?
Right.
And all I can keep on saying in my head, what assassination attempt?
Because you know better. Because you know better. So Jennifer, if you can cue up the next video. So recently, Kim Burrell, a famous gospel singer, who has had particular opinions on certain groups, in particular the LGBTQIA plus community. She was accepting an award at the Stellar Awards. I'm surprised it wasn't televised this year because when I saw the video, it didn't seem like much of a bigger venue. But anyway, she was accepting an award at the Stellar Awards. And she made these comments concerning her past comments pertaining the LGBTQIA plus community. So Jennifer's going to cue up the video so we can all watch it together.
You are a hootenanny.
Why do you say that?
That's
not
Jonathan, I need you to understand there's a method to the madness, okay? I did not want this video to start in the middle.
Gotcha. Okay. I got you. I'm sorry. My apologies to you, my sister. Okay.
Apology has been accepted.
My apologies
by me.
Because I know you got it. I should have faith in my sister that she's doing what's best for my channel. So
as we should shut up and let the Lord move.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and unmute and go to the video.
You're preaching to the ones who wanted to be in the choir and was too scared to come because they didn't understand our language. Musicians, the God-given ability to unite and to heal and to understand that some of my past words, comments, preaching has been received by the LGBTQ plus community as negative and hurtful. There's nothing more hurtful than to think, to imagine that you've said something in the name of God and it hurts somebody. We have a church lingo, we have a church jargon that everybody doesn't get. And sometimes you've got to say it for the people in the back. And for that, I want to apologize to the LGBTQ community. Let's give them a great big round of applause. We want them to have strength and to sincerely know that we must all do the work to embrace all of what God's people and show forth his love to everyone. Amen. There is such a care to take when you realize you're not just preaching to the choir anymore.
I ain't know about no LGBTQ. For all I know, it means let God be true quickly. Oh, my shut up. I ain't know about no LGBTQ. For all I know,
I'll
it means
stop
let
it.
God
Hold,
be
please.
true quickly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Jennifer, I just saw your reaction. This was your first time seeing this apology video. Give me your raw thoughts on what you heard.
Let's continue to use the word apology super loosely.
That's why I use my air quotes, apology video. Yes.
For her to say, the way that she said it's still a separatist kind of situation, still them,
Yes.
Still over there. And then what's even worse to me, she tried to make everybody apologize, knowing that they were afraid to do so. Because just as in any church, they are concerned about how other people would feel about them supporting the LGBTQIA community.
Mm-hmm.
That was not an apology. That was something that she may have felt like she had to say so that she could get that. Maybe that was the conditions for the award. Maybe she had to say that. Um,
That's a good observation, girl. That is a good observation. If
because
you
let's
want
be
this
real.
award, honey, you got to clean this thing up.
Because it's not like she's getting an award for an album or something like that. No, she's just getting an award for being able to sing well,
Yeah.
and has been singing well for a long time.
Mhm.
And to be honest, if she would have had it within her heart to do it, it would have been done on her platform a long time ago.
A long time
She
ago.
would have helped to write a song for somebody that is homosexual, and she would have sang that song. I'm sorry, gay people, something like that. Or there's just so much that could have been done before today.
Yeah.
So no, and I have to say, I am here. It's my brother that is queer, okay, not
Mhm.
me. But I don't accept. It's not even my place not to accept, but I don't accept. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Here's my thing. I will agree with Jennifer as far as not accepting her apology. I don't feel that it was genuine. I don't feel as though it was authentic. There was such she was being very what is the word that I'm using that I'm looking for
Condescending.
condescending. She was also very patronizing.
Yeah.
Extremely patronizing when she
There's
said, let's everyone give them a round of applause. Like let's applaud for these sorry people who are condemned to hell, who can't do nothing, who are not welcome in our churches. Let's just give them a little round
we
of
won't
applause.
let them in our choirs.
No. And then she used the excuse again of the church jargon or the way that people talk
That's
in
not
church.
excuse
So
enough.
no, when you say something outright, you mean what you say. And this is
Every
something
single
that
time.
is said across the board in and out of church.
Come
So
on.
this is not of your church, not a part of your church jargon. These are your personal opinions concerning a particular group of people. I'm glad that I will say that I'm glad that she at least said it. But at the same time, why did she say it? And why
Because
did
she
she feel
had
as though
to.
she needed to say it? And I feel as though now that you brought that up, Jennifer, she probably there was no way that she was going to do this on her own volition. No
No.
way that
No.
she was going to utter these words under her own volition. And so she did it as though she was forced to do it. And then she did one of these. Are you with me? Like,
And she
it's
said a whole bunch of words and said nothing. Just literally nothing.
absolutely nothing. And I don't know anyone in the LGBTQIA plus community. I haven't gotten the opinions of others, but I don't know. Well, actually, I heard a little bit of James Caldwell
What James Caldwell
concerning
say?
this, and he knows it's BS. Long story short, you know what I'm saying?
That's a grown man. Of course he knows what's
A
BS.
grown man. He is legendary in these YouTube streets, honey. But I'll say she looked good. However, I did not hear rather any sincerity in that particular apology.
No. You
And
don't see it,
again,
you don't feel it, and it's not in her
right.
words.
No, and it does not come from her heart. And one of the words that she should have used, because she said it's hurtful to her that she feels as though that people feel as
Girl.
though her comments have been hurtful to other people. I feel as though she should have used the word hateful instead.
Come on.
But maybe that would have been a little bit too real for Kim Burrell to say out of her
Exactly. That
mouth.
would have been too exactly. And once again, if it hurts so much, when a Caucasian gay woman that says you can't do nothing around over here because you're talking like that,
Okay.
why couldn't, instead of doubling down like she did,
Right.
because
That would have
apparently
been the perfect time.
it hurt somebody.
Right.
Hurt somebody enough that you can't come onto my show.
Right.
Oh, it's time to do your apology then.
Exactly. And
Which
that was
is why,
over 5 years ago.
yes, and she's been doubling down and standing on it for the longest.
The longest.
So no.
And how long do you think it'll be before we hear something else derogatory towards the LGBTQIA plus community come out of her mouth?
It won't be long because
I say it'll be less than a year.
because I'll tell you why. Because people record and people gonna be looking for it.
Gonna be looking for it. That's it.
If she's smart, she wouldn't get so loose at the mouth on the pulpit. But I don't think she'd do that because
No.
she thinks it's a key. And when she gets behind the closed doors of a church, she feels free to do those things.
Right.
Smiling with Aaron D said, I love Jonathan while you were fussing at me about getting your stuff right.
Yeah.
Um, Aaron says, Jennifer's doing what's best. Of course, she is. Yes. You can acknowledge that, Jonathan.
Yes. And I said it. I literally said those words. Yes, absolutely.
Miss Kim said, okay, Kim.
Right.
All right. Smiling with Aaron D said, I can't imagine who she went practice that speech with. Something tells me was it her gay friends?
Okay. Because we would have
And
said no.
that don't sound like nothing. Or maybe her gay friends just like, that's cute. And how did they not warn her, talk to her, and just shut her down before she got up there? Nothing seemed sincere. Absolutely not. Miss Kim says she's a mean-spirited person, and
Absolutely.
it was dripping through that apology. We use that word
Absolutely.
loosely.
Yeah.
Miss Kim also says Kim didn't take any real accountability in that apology.
Thank you for using the air quotes, Miss Kim.
Yes.
Apology.
And Regina has made it into the space.
Hey,
Hello.
Regina.
I know it's late, but thank you for coming on in.
Regina was doing a story on Sonya at 9.
Okay.
So that's why she was a little bit late coming in. But thank you so
That's-
much for coming, Regina.
Thank you for.
And I wanted to ask your opinion on that Kim Burrell apology, but I didn't want to, take up your time from getting ready for your new video, honey. But yes.
But yeah, that whole thing was. Thank you for making me watch it, though. I appreciate it because I didn't even want to be a part of the process.
Agreed. So Keke Palmer did an interview with Tyler Perry. And Tyler Perry was talking about not letting critics stop him from telling his stories. He went on to say, I know for a fact that what I am doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. For those of you guys who didn't watch last week, I announced that his most recent movie, something about divorce, I can't even remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Divorce in the Black.
Divorce in the Black. Thank you so much. Got a 0% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I'm not sure if that was a critic score or a viewer score. I'm assuming that might have been a viewer score because I can't imagine a critic score.
I thought that was a critic score. I didn't know. Those are critics with Rotten Tomatoes. Those are critics.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes has critic scores and viewer scores.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So they have two separate. So that's why I wasn't sure. But
more than likely it was critics.
It probably was. Yeah. But anyways, it doesn't surprise me that Tyler Perry said this. I will have to say, me personally, for my as for me, I'm not the biggest fan of Tyler Perry. I do enjoy his plays. His plays are excellent. It's mainly for the music. I love his plays for the music. I will have to say though that I'm not the biggest fan of his movie endeavors. Definitely not the biggest fan of his TV shows because for me, it's just the dialogue. It's really hard for me to get through. And for me, it's tough. It's cringy for me. I was trying to watch the first season of that show that's about a cult. I can't remember. It was called Ruthless. I tried getting through. I think I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes of Ruthless. But the dialogue in that first episode was just, it was so hard to get through because it was so elementary to me. It's like, this is what regular people would say, but they wouldn't say it this much and they wouldn't reiterate what they have to say and, get confirmation on whether the person that they talked to understood what they said. And so it's for me, it's tough for me to get through a Tyler Perry production. I still haven't watched Mea Culpa. I will still watch it though, but that's only because my loctician told me that the amazingly fine Trevante Rose has a sex scene with Kelly Rowland in the movie, and that's literally going to be the only reason why I watched that darn movie. Okay, because I although I have heard some good things about it, the main thing that I have heard though is that it's just another Tyler Perry production. But again, I am thankful that we have Tyler Perry in the space. I'm thankful that he's able to give these fine actors jobs, giving them work to do in this industry that is extremely
And pay them what they
Caucasian
deserve.
and getting paid what they deserve. So I'm happy that Tyler Perry is out here, and I will not discourage anyone from going out to support Tyler Perry. Just don't ask me to do it. Jennifer, what are your thoughts on his comments?
I think it's wonderful.
It is.
He's just one of those people that is proof that not everybody's going to be able to understand all the time, nor like what you're doing,
Mhm.
especially when you have stuff that's for the community, for stuff
For his people.
um for the people out there. So we don't have to be on the
Yeah,
Tyler Perry train, and that is okay.
it is okay.
Um, and I know even for me, not everything is for me. And that's yet another thing that's okay. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna continue to watch.
What?
Every single one of them plays.
Right.
Thank you,
Yes.
BET Plus. But
Okay.
anywho, even still, the stories that he tells and the way that he tells the stories, I love how TikTok pretty much gave me the whole gist of that whole movie, Divorce in the Black.
Okay.
And yeah, it was certainly a Tyler Perry movie, but I can say that there are people that just take it as it is. If you like
Yeah.
it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Exactly.
There's no need to, bash or bring down people, but not everybody's gonna like it. And I could take that. But hearing him say what he said, Jonathan,
Hmm.
and the way he said it, he's like, the way that I tell my stories or the stories that I tell is somebody's story. And there are
Right.
actually people that's connecting to it. I got people that still, sending me emails when he was receiving the emails, I guess,
Hmm.
saying that, you know my life, you telling my story, or, things
Right.
of that nature. So it's touching somebody. And I can be happy that it's touching somebody. And I can be happy that Tyler is still successful no matter what
Right.
people say about what he's saying. And
Exactly.
apparently he's tired of the BS. Once again, if you don't like it, it's okay.
And the
It's
numbers
okay.
don't lie. Like, people are watching his stuff. Like,
I'm just
he
saying,
has support behind him, y'all. And it's kind of hard to tear someone down when they're doing so extremely well.
because
I
it's
mean, the man has literally made himself a billionaire off of his
yeah.
work.
And then
And
on top of that, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was about to say one last thing about Tyler Perry. Erica Badu said it best. Tyler Perry is an artiste, and he's sensitive about his shit.
It is true.
So don't try to break. You don't have to. You really don't have to get down on the man for doing what he was sent
What he
here
wants to
to
do.
do. Okay.
Once again, just because it's a black man that's doing
Right.
whatever he's doing with black cinema and things of that nature, we don't have to be consumers of it if we don't want to be
We
consumers
don't.
of it.
Just
I
don't
can't
watch it.
like for me, I can't keep it with the shows, but I
Yeah.
still have people coming to me like, "Is you watching Sisters or what?" You know what I'm saying?
Girl, I still got to get into that
Ooh,
because
child.
my resistance is so big with that. But Bianca
Yeah.
has been encouraging me to watch it, so I will get into it eventually.
I will like the movies. I can take the movies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um Once again, not everything's for me. Oh, and I do love that movie. What's that movie called? When he is a CEO or something like that, and Tandy Newton or whatever, she's a janitor, and he does real nice things for her. And Gabrielle Union is his wife,
I
or
cannot
about to
remember
be his wife.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but I know
Good
exactly what you're talking
Deeds.
about. Yeah, Good Deeds.
Oh gosh, I love that movie. But yeah, there's a lot of things that he's done that people can connect to and some things that people can't. But it's just no reason to act as if he's trash because he has a whole studio
A
out
whole
there.
studio. Got
Once again,
acres out there in Atlanta, honey.
I'm just saying, Miss Kim says, so Tyler's purpose is to write bad shows and movies, I guess. How you feel is how you feel, Miss Kim. Okay. The
Okay.
mayor's here.
Hey,
Hey.
Mamir, thank you so much for coming. Miss Kim, we on the same boat. We are literally in the same boat. But hey, it is what it is. People have
Hey,
their
but
opinions.
I support. I may not watch it all, but I
Right.
support.
Yeah.
Because he's a black man out here doing it. I can't bring him down. The Juice says hello to Erin, and I know Erin said hello to her. Amara says hello to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Your live tonight was so incredible and incredibly important. important. Thank you. I'm sure it was the one she just got off of. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Y'all go back and watch that, please. Miss Kim says, I know I'm not Tyler's targeted audience. I wish him all the success, but I won't watch anything he does. And that's okay.
And I completely understand your sentiments, Miss Kim. Completely.
And everybody's saying hello to everyone. Mamera said, nice to see you again to Smiling with Aaron D. And Miss Kim says hello to Mamera.
All right. So the footage has finally leaked of the altercation between Amber Rose and Miss Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess. I didn't pay attention to when everyone was talking about it when it initially happened. So I did not know. I was not aware that Amber Rose was actually initiated the scuffle. What I'm looking for the word that Judge Judy uses. What is the skirmish? Yes,
the skirmish
between the two. There was no audio in the video itself, but
TMZ has recently released one with audio.
Okay, all right. So I'll be on the lookout for that. But yeah. So apparently Amber Rose had it with Miss Jocelyn, saying that she wanted to be black and all this good stuff. But did it surprise you that Amber was the one that initiated the fight? Because it surprised me. Because I could have sworn it was going to be Jocelyn.
They speak the same language, Jonathan.
That's true.
They both started off as strippers, so they know the life.
Right.
Okay.
And
so the way that
fighting, y'all.
And strippers be fighting.
Strippers in the place, Clara.
Exactly. So it's nothing new, nothing different. The way that they clashed. As far as whether or not I care about that, I don't. But I believe, not only I, but a lot of people are believing that the reason why the video finally came out, because I've heard about it too, only because of TikTok.
Right.
And people are saying because of her antics lately, Amber Rose's antics lately with Trump and things of that nature. And I think people are saying that the audio and video was released based upon the foolishness that she's out there pulling.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So Oprah and Gayle were sat down for an interview. I'm not exactly sure what network this interview was on. I didn't recognize the interviewer, but she was a fellow Black woman, so I love that. But they shut down rumors claiming that they were involved romantically, saying that if we were gay, we would just tell y'all. And Oprah and Gayle come across to me as women who would keep it real with their people. And of course, if that were the case, we would have heard actual evidence or something solid behind the fact that they were actually romantically involved. But I never believed that they were romantically involved. I think it's just weird for people to see two Black women to be so close, because you typically only see those relationships with sisters, and for so long as well. So it just didn't look right to some people, but I never believed that they were romantically involved. Jennifer, did it surprise you that they were shutting these rumors down, child?
I don't care enough.
Agreed. I don't care that much either.
And to be honest, I'm surprised they care enough to say something about it, to be honest with you.
Right, because it's not much of a prominent type of rumor.
Because it's like whether they have been together or not, that won't move any needle on a lot of stuff. Let's be real.
But it's interesting, the community that rumor was coming from. It was mainly coming from us.
Yes, because once again, that's what any auntie
we
would
don't
say.
Be friends like that.
And it's not even just like that. It's just like that's how we would see of them.
Yeah.
And when you think about the cookout, right?
Right.
When you see that one auntie that's always with her friend all the time.
Yeah.
What we gonna say? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing?
All right.
But it's like I don't see why anybody's too concerned about that. The Juice Radio on Talk Show says Amber was not ready for a real fight because she kept her glasses on. Regina, you are talking.
That is
you're saying words and you're making sense. because
Yes.
there was no preparation
No.
before walking up to them people. Excuse me, walking up to her. She might have wanted to fight, but she wasn't prepared to do so.
No, she was not.
Miss Kim says, O and G are friendship goals. Never thought they were anything more than besties.
Me either.
I agree. Okay. Which is why I was like, why are they even addressing this? This is just like can they just be friends? Can they be friends?
Right.
And Mamere said, who are these people? I only recognize Amber Rose. I am so old. No, that's okay. It's all right,
It's
Mamere.
okay,
It's all
Mamere.
right.
It is okay. No judgment zone here.
If you do any of the scrolling anywhere, you'll eventually see it. But yeah, don't worry about that.
All right. Last thing on the list, honey. Tory Lanez has sent out a message to the masses
Because we care.
Okay, from federal prison. Okay. That he is currently working on music from behind bars. He said that he and his engineer or technician, whoever is helping him with his work, they figured out a way to make it sound as though he's actually in the studio and not doing these raps over the phone. He said that he's in very good spirits. He's not going to let this conviction and imprisonment get him down. He also stated that he will be home very soon. And I told Jennifer right before we went to record, if he, thinks 8 years is, very soon,
Okay.
so be it. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing.
Okay.
Do what you do.
Do
Right.
you? But a part of me believes that he did not do it.
I can agree with that.
Because the story is so muddied. It's just that friend. I really think that friend is the one that did it or might have helped incite it. Because she was doing a little bit too much of plead the fifth, but I'm gonna talk a little bit, but I'm gonna plead the fifth. But this I don't like that.
But if that's the case, then why would Megan say definitively that it was Tory Lanez who shot her?
Maybe she's under the impression that that's who it was.
Mm.
Maybe she wasn't turned around to see what happened because she was shot in the back of her foot, not the front.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe
Very
she was
true.
walking away and the gun went off, and that's how it happened.
Mm.
But yeah, I believe he's fighting so hard for his innocence.
Because he's innocent?
That's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Though it's not like he's totally innocent in all of it, though.
Right.
He still would have been in the Huskow regardless because of the gun situation. You're on parole and you got a gun.
Right.
Why are you even near that? So
okay, that is illegal.
That's illegal. Okay, that it would have got him some time regardless, but the actual shot, I don't know. Let's see here. Mamere says, I still love the commentary. If I'm being honest, I rarely know what anybody's talking about.
It's okay, girl. As long as you are here with us, honey, and participating, that's all that matters, girl.
Mamere, I find that rather endearing and just as cute as that kitten in that picture.
It is. It is.
And also Miss Kim says, Prison Bars, the album.
Yes, Miss Kim, slay Miss Kim.
With the Z,
yes.
honey. Yes.
Yes. Okay. That
Shouldn't
wouldn't be
have
for
had
the
it
girls,
going.
honey. Yes.
Couldn't
Talking
have
about
it.
his goings on in the
And to be honest with you, I've never really been into his music like that.
I only liked his biggest song, "Say It." When I tell you, I loved that song. Like I loved that song.
The mix was
y'all.
very
I
well.
loved that song. It was a perfect sample,
In perfect time.
and a seemed like a random sample at the
All
same
over the
time
radio.
because I never would have thought that someone would use that particular song. However, it was still big back in the day, so it shouldn't be surprising that he used that song. But
and it works.
That song was perfection, at least in my opinion, and I loved his singing on it as well. I love to hear. I'll go ahead and say it. I love to hear like a thuggish type man singing. Like it's just something to me that's beautiful.
I'm not sure if I'd say thuggish with him, but
that's how he played. He played thug. Okay, that might be the reason why. I'm assuming that's the reason why he's not snitching on whomever was the actual one who shot Megan, because he don't want to be seen as a snitch in these streets. Even though he's from Canada, so I'm not sure if that would necessarily apply to him.
And
that's neither here nor there. But
And then I'm wondering, like, would he get deported after he's out? Like, how does that work?
I believe he is getting deported once he gets out. At
Hmm.
least that's what I've heard. But Jennifer, go ahead and give us your social media contacts before we get out of here, girl.
But before I do give mine, I do want to make sure I put out here. I know Mamera talked about what Regina was talking about her last show,
Mhm.
and Aaron was so sweet enough to go ahead and put in the link in the not description box. Lord Jesus, she put the link in the chat for the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Go ahead and see what was going on, and thank you also, Aaron, for putting in the Light of the Leo on there. That is my channel there as well. And also Faithful Warrior Ministries. We come together every single Saturday at 10-ish a.m. to come together and pray, as well as do a devotional. It's really awesome, wonderful, beautiful stuff that we do. Remember, that's every Saturday at 10-ish a.m. with Faithful Warrior Ministries. And I forgot to say, the Lot of the Leo, we come together live at 9 p.m. every single Monday at 9 p.m. to have some enlightening talks and in search of spiritual growth. That's what we're doing there. And also for my TikTok, that is the Lot of the Leo as well. I need to get together I need to put my other TikTok on here or update it. So because that's the one that I can actually go live on.
Okay.
And I've been going live on Saturdays on TikTok. So I'll be putting that information out there so that you guys can be with me. I do basically midnight prayers on there. So like Saturday, I start off in the morning praying and I end my night at midnight live on TikTok. So it is the Light of the Leo, but that's the name, not the actual at. So I'll make sure to get that together for you guys so you can join me when I go live at midnight. And for this time it's going to be midnight meditation. I'm going to do a guided meditation on there just so I can I just felt like it was needed. So that's what I'll be doing. Thank you guys for enduring my talk. Go ahead.
Awesome. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks 3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $Jonathan Lee 07. That's $JONATHAN 07. If you'd like to donate to this cause, please feel free to do so. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. I hope everyone here has a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. I love y'all. And bye for now. Bye, y'all. Be safe out there.
Bye. Aaron says, I love you. I sleep at midnight. But sending you love, Light of the Leo.
Love you too, Aaron. Bye, y'all.
Don't worry. Bye. Okay, where's the button?